And then, they come from a background of comedy, so with the comedy thing, they know each other from way back. So it's like, haha, you're kind of taking it too far. And it was kind of like the wrong place to me, it was the wrong place at the wrong time. Some people say, oh, he shouldn't have done that. And what I was going to say was, I was reading up on, because Wanda Sykes, she hosted the 94th Emmy Awards. I'm sorry, Oscar Awards, and she said that she was sickening by what happened. I don't see what's sickening about it. I mean, Jada is very dominant in her relationship, and the world knows that. He got up there and
Mhm.
made a joke about her pink hair, and I felt like he could have handled it, in a different way. But also, I want to bring up that I was reading in People's Magazine, and he had the issue last year where he was saying that he was just so angry at one point in life, to where his dad was in a wheelchair, and from he was traumatized, or he was just so angry about his childhood, that he was gonna push his damn daddy down the stairs in a wheelchair. So uh yeah, he got upset. Okay, you talk about my white pink hair, rap. That's exactly what happened. So I just felt like he just got kind of fed up. The world was just taking him for a joke. It's just like, ha ha ha, your wife is out here swinging, and your wife, she wear the pants in a relationship. People can be really, really nasty. I don't think that he should have did it at the Oscars, but what is an Oscars to Will Smith? That makes sense. What is an Oscars to Will Smith? He still won the Oscars. But I really want to know what, because people are like, I'm just so tired of it. They're gonna make money every day. So they're saying, you're saying that you're tired of talking about it, but you will go up and you will post up and tweet about literally bullshit and give them the clout. But this is something to really talk about. I mean, did he have a mental breakdown and slap the shit out of him? Was it a slap that came from the past? You know how you got beef with somebody, and you just let it slide. And like I said, they're both comedians. They come from way back in the gap. So who knows where that energy came from? At Chris Rock, you got slapped in public. You was embarrassed. It's okay. But I really do want to know what's people's opinions about it, because and they're thinking about taking away his Oscars for that. But he did give out an apology. He did come out with a public apology. So I mean, hey, seems to me, if you're a celebrity, you could go out here and do anything and apologize, and everything will be okay. But hey, what's your opinion? What you think about that, Ty?
So, just some background that I did, some research that I did. So back, probably like between '09 and 13 or 2013, somewhere in there, Jada boycotted along with some other people, a different or the same Oscars. I think it was the Oscars for sure. And Chris Rock hosted that year, and he made a joke of their boycott. Their boycott was because for 2 years straight, no black people had been nominated for or chosen for anything. And he took that as a joke. Now, with that being the reason for that boycott at that time, I understand why he got slapped, because you took something that was exactly, because you took something that was also put in
I
place.
mean, he's Chris Rock. He is Chris.
He is, but okay, but let me finish my whole thing. So I think, okay, this is why he got slapped. So the boycott was called Oscar So White Boys Boycott, right? And
Right.
I think that number one, he got slapped because Will Smith probably has already forewarned him, either directly or indirectly through a third person. Hey, keep our name out your mouth. Just the
Right.
way it came, the way the slap came off, and he walked off like it wasn't nothing. Like you knew this was coming. So he didn't even look back. If I walk up to somebody and slap the up out of them, I'm gonna at least see if they gonna swing back. He just hit his jacket and turned around and walked off like it was cool.
And this
Um,
is another thing that we must not forget when we are giving our opinions and we are watching things on the internet. When it comes to things like the Oscars that has been around for years, it is scripted. So
right, and that's what I
I
was
don't
going to
think
get
people are
into.
saying, "Oh, well, it was scripted." No, it's not scripted for nobody to get the shit slapped out of them. That's
But
not
see, I
scripted. So
think, I
that's
mean,
why
I
I
don't
say,
know
do
if
he have a
what
mental?
Chris Rock said was scripted. Maybe that was just thrown in there. But
Well,
either way, he
it's
got slapped
scripted.
about it because it
It's
had ill
scripted.
intent. That's what it boils down to. The comment had ill intent for something that was really put out there to be positive.
Well, I think that, like I said, it's scripted. It's as if they say, "Hey, Tisha and Ty, we want y'all to go up here and host. This is the words that we want y'all to say." And maybe the joke, Will did not know about the joke, and the joke was on Chris Rock's script, and they thought
But
that
that
Will was
was
going
the
to take it
first
a little
time that
easy,
that was the
right? And
first
he
time that they went
reacted.
back to an Oscar since the boycott. So for even for the program to script it that way, if that's how it happened, knowing that that was the first time of them returning since the boycott, that was a slap in the face. So since Chris Rock was the one that they wanted to use, he had to take the lead.
Listen, I just want,
I'm
why
mad
does
that
it
Chris
take
Rock made
Will to have to
reference
get up
about
there and
West
slap somebody for black
Wild
folks to
Wild
pay
West.
attention to the Oscars?
What'd you
That's
say?
all I'm saying. Cause Will not worried about that because he done came out with that little show Bel Air. Bel Air. Oh, I watched all 6 episodes and it's
It's
good.
good.
Cause I'm like, wait a
Somebody else
minute.
told me to watch that.
It is good. It is good. So like I said, it's scripted. I don't think that was scripted. No, it wasn't scripted because if it was, then it wouldn't have been all of this backlash. They
No,
would have
that
shut it
slap was real
down.
life. He really got the shit slapped out of him.
Will
He
got
had to
fed up.
regroup.
The world was taking him for pussy. So he was like, I'm fed up. And he got
Hmm.
up there and he was accepting his award. And Chris Rock is a funny man. It's kind of like a haha. You kind of just brush it off, but I guess that night he ain't have it all together, which I understand. Like,
No,
y'all gonna stop playing with me. And he
Chris
talked
was
about his
just
woman. And then to think, what about the backlash? Jada Pickett, she's a dominant woman. So to think, either slap his ass or go home and have to deal with her ass. I'ma slap his ass because Jada Pickett. Oh, you didn't take up for me. Like I got purple hair right now. Let me tell you, somebody talk about my purple hair, you better slap him if you love me. But that's so think about it. If he didn't, deal with him or deal with her.
well. I that, but I still think it was way deeper than that because it was a whole movement. And the year was 2016, so it wasn't that long ago. Either way, I think it came from disrespect, and he handled it that
Most
way.
definitely.
He handled it that way.
Most definitely. I think Chris Rock was coming from a funny place and he didn't think that he was gonna get rapped, but it's 2022. You disrespected his gal, you disrespected his wife, pink hair, you tried to be funny, and maybe he just thought that them white folks weren't gonna put that in the script and we're not worried about none of that. He
Okay,
ain't worried
so
about
let's
none of that.
like
So
roll to the aftermath. So now we got a whole lot of celebrities voicing their opinion on what side they're on. We got, like you said, the program threatening to take his Oscar, which to me, you can't take something that you didn't already gave him. We
exactly.
we
You
know that
cannot
he
take
got it
something that you
first.
have
So whoever
already
you give it
earned.
to, we know that they are second. It is what it is. He won. He's done. If that was his goal, he met his
And
goal and
again,
he acted the
he's
ass
Will
when he did
Smith
it. So
and
he can,
that's
what I'm
Chris
saying,
Rock.
he can just move on and do whatever he want to do. It could be a whole lot. The industry, as I hear it, is dirty. I don't know. I've never been there, but I don't know. Yeah, I believe that I'm not against Will Smith. That's it. I'm not gonna say he was right, but I'm not against him on it.
And another thing that I'm going to say, and then I'm going to kind of touch on another subject. The reason why she had her hair so short, and see, this is the thing: when people make opinions, and then like how many of you were talking about the Kiki Watts opinion. When people make opinions, please do research and understand where you're coming from. Jada Pickett had cut her hair short because she has alopecia, so which is a form of hair loss. So when you're going through something like that, you may do it different colors or things like that because that's a stressful thing for someone to be going through. So, like I said, Will Smith was fed up. You don't know what sickness or whatever his wife has going on, and you went up there and you were being funny, and it's nothing funny. Yes, it could have been handled a different way. I totally agree, but they're celebrities, so they're gonna get a pass. Like I still don't even know what happened to the actor who accidentally shot the producer. What happened? What
Right.
happened?
That just disappeared. And I
Of
told the
course
day
he
we found
disappeared.
that out
Of
about
course he
that, I was like,
disappeared.
oh, that's got some foul play in it. Everything about it said foul play.
Most definitely. And like the Kiki Watts. Okay, so let's talk about that. Kiki Watts. Do you remember when me and you were looking up that? So she is about to have her 11th or 13th child.
Okay.
So she's pregnant. She's about to have a baby. And her baby is going to be born with a extra chromosome. And
Okay.
so
I think I've heard some
it can,
buzz on
right,
that.
right, and it can, and that could be many things, but her baby will be born with that abnormality. And a lot of people got on there and they were really, really rude. And I was like, well, how can you be rude? What is there to be rude about?
You don't say nothing about anyone's
You
children.
don't say anything about unborn children, but although it's ignorant, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
ignorant. We all have an extra something in some of us, but she has an unborn child, and people were throwing darts. I mean, not darts like damn you having another baby, but damn. I
Yeah.
mean, people were throwing darts, and I was like, wow. I mean, I didn't even read it. It was disgusting. I couldn't.
You told me
I
about it.
couldn't.
It didn't come across my news feed, but you did tell me about it.
Yeah, that's ill. That's very ill. But that's what they allow on the internet. That's exactly what they allow on the internet. Which they need to have strict rules that go against their the internet,
Mm-hmm.
because well, we did have a clip of something that happened. Was it last week in Orlando, Florida?
Yeah, it was last week on Thursday. Yeah, moment of
Okay,
silence for Tyree, right quick. Tyree Sampson.
right. Prayers to the family.
Mm-hmm.
And from my understanding, now his dad did speak out, and YK Osiris. Am I saying his name right?
Who, the dads?
No, he's supposed to be a rapper or a singer. Y'all don't shoot.
Oh, I don't know
But
what
he's
his
going to
name
pay for
is.
the funeral.
You're right. I saw that.
And so this is what bothers me. They had the clip of the ride. You can hear the ride going up and the kids are excited. And within
Mhm.
15 seconds, you hear a thud. Now, I wouldn't have known this until my niece brought it in to us, and she was like, look, look, look. And at first I was like, oh, I already heard about that story. But to have it on the internet and you hear a body thud, that's a different feeling.
Oh my God.
So I'm wondering if the family is going to, how does that work? I
I'm
mean,
not sure, but it sounded disgusting. Number one,
it
I'm
very
trying to
much
fix
so
my
did.
light, y'all. It sounded disgusting, really nasty, and it was sad. It just made my whole body like, ugh,
Yeah.
like, it freaked me out. But then when I went back and I watched the video again, I don't think that baby's harness thing was on there, right? I don't think it was closed, and I
Well,
read.
they haven't came out and said anything as far as if it was a seatbelt problem or.
Well, they have what they have said is that the initial statement that was written was all of the statements that they have is from 3 employees. So that's biased because they need to have some people that were on the ride right by him write a statement of what they saw. They don't really have a conclusion, but the parents are wanting somebody to take responsibility, and it is still under investigation. They've been having marches at the park, and they are demanding that ride and another ride, I think it's called the Slingshot or something, be
Mhm.
shut down at that same park, Icon Park.
This
And
is my problem. If there is a seatbelt problem or whatever is going on. What they are going to do is try to throw out darts. What they posted up was that, oh, he was a 14-year-old football player. So they're trying to make it seem as if this baby was too big to be on this ride.
he
Or
was too big to be on the ride. He
okay, but if
was,
he was too big to be
but
on the ride,
somebody
then he
still
should have
told
never
him
been on the
that.
ride. But
Right? They
okay,
should
that
not have
goes
let
on
him
the
on.
amusement part, right? So I don't get that. I mean, the family gonna get money because y'all exposed the son's death, and then whether there's a seatbelt formality or not, or if he was too big to be on the ride. If he was too big to be on the ride due to his size, they shouldn't have never let him on the
On the
ride.
ride,
So that
right?
goes back to the ride attendant, and also that goes back to the company.
To the park.
So
Yeah, everybody involved is going to be punished. I mean, and the workers, the 3 workers that or 2 workers or 1 worker that work that actually ride, they may actually face like jail time if they are charged like with negligence or something. And It's gonna be some type of manslaughter due to negligence. Watch and see.
Wow, that's
And it's
something.
crazy because you go to work every day and just you just rushing, tired, ready to go, exhausted, anxious,
But I
irritated.
mean, also
And
at an
it's
amusement park,
over.
it could be a young, it could be a
A
young,
young
a
kid,
young
right?
person.
And that's all that's gonna have to be considered. But I do see that being one of the results if it comes back that there was some type of negligence and not a mechanical issue. If it's a mechanical issue, the employee may miss the bullet, but the owner of the ride in the park will get the hit.
Right, right. Okay. I can't remember because he was just visiting Orlando, Florida. Am I right?
He was coming from Missouri. I don't remember
Okay.
what part of Missouri.
Okay. So they were just out there for school.
I'm not sure if it was school or spring break, but they were just
Okay.
out.
Yeah, because it was around spring break, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, okay. So let me tell you another thing that kind of trips me out. It was Biden.
What happened?
So it happened today. So CNBC, he wanted to let everybody know that in the fall there was not going to be enough funding for the COVID shots. The fourth one, you had to be 50 or older, or if you were or and or young with a underlying condition. But guess what? He was on live television doing what? Getting his fourth immunization. Let me tell you. He say that there is not enough funding, okay? And I like to be accurate, So let me just look at my notes. Hold on, wait a minute. Because he
Is that a
said
bit?
that this fall, if Congress does not pass the funding for the 22.5 billion, which they asked for 11 billion for the funding. This is for the COVID funding, and don't get me wrong, it's basically an American Ag Plan, but he was saying that if Congress fails to pass this funding, which what was requested, there will not be any COVID shots, which is Pfizer and all of those other companies in the fall. But what bothered me was that he was sitting on live television getting his fourth immunization. You got your fourth immunization, so that shocked me. I mean, I really kind of fell on my chair because I say, nah, no, no.
I'm not
How is he?
surprised. I'm not surprised at all.
How
I
is he going
don't
to
even think.
convince everyone else, or convince not only that the party to say, "Hey, give us more funding for this situation," and you're trying to you're
Well,
trying to push for
technically,
Americans to
he is a
vote, but you
senior
sitting
with
up
the
getting your fourth
underlying
immunization,
condition.
but saying I can't get my immunization. I'm 33 years old. So you're saying that if it's not enough funding, I won't get my immunization, but the immunizations will be limited between 50 and 50 years or older, or young folks with an underlying condition.
Right. So he
But it's the way he
qualifies for the
delivered it.
shot that he got.
It's the way he delivered it, and he wondered why he gets no respect. I'm serious. I'm serious. I'm serious. That's like me saying, "Oh, y'all make sure y'all go and get this. Make sure y'all go and get it." But guess what? If everybody don't put enough money in the pot, we ain't gonna have enough for y'all.
Are you? I'm not. Uh, I
But
don't
this is
like
who
to
we
talk
voted for.
politics and
This is
stuff,
who
but
we
me
voted for. I
personally,
mean, he
I'm not
really do be
vaccinated
elected.
at all. So,
Oh, and make sure, let me tell you, because I'm only gonna state the facts. And he also wanted Americans to know that you can get free masks and all of the other supplies, at coat. Let me make sure, because I don't want to tell any lies. Okay. Biden says US will not have enough supplies to guarantee free access to vaccines, but you can obtain masks, tests, vaccinations, and treatments, but you got to go to covid.gov. Let me tell you something about
mm,
covid.gov. If you put in your zip code, and if the zip code is too full, you're on the waiting list, or you just have to call back. I don't know if anyone else has experienced that, but he says, Americans, if you're listening to us, go to covid.gov.
I think
Okay.
it's some type of census. There, a lot of people
Of
be
course
talking
it's a
about
census.
these concentration camps that they're gonna throw us in, and I low key can see it happening a little bit, but it's they're keeping some type of count. They're
But you
keeping
but you missed the word. You missed the word. Okay. It's kind of like you say, oh, the sky is, it's a pretty day, the sky is blue. But you know how a motherfucker just want to check around, they only hear, oh, the sky is blue. You missed it. So let me reread it, Tom. Slow
hmm
it down. Let me reread it. He said Biden says the US will not have enough supply to guarantee free access to vaccines.
Okay,
So
so you can buy
basically,
it
we're gonna
if you
have to
got
start paying.
insurance. Yeah.
There you go. Insurance. But I wonder whose insurance was he using when he was sitting up on CNBC getting
Oh, he
his
got
shot.
A1. He got government insurance. Doctors pull up. What's up? What you need?
Yeah, the best health care. Do you hear
He
me? Do
do.
you hear me? The best health care. But shoot us citizens bullshit. I listen. They say, "Are you?" They ask, they ask the question, and me and you, we laugh about this all the time. They ask, "What's your ethnicity? Are you black, white, African
I
American?"
prefer not to answer, sir.
And I put black because I'm not African, but I'm American. I just live in America. But I bullshit you not. I put I put Asian on there, and they call me back real quick.
But let me tell you, that is real. Like when they
It
ask
is most
questions like
definitely.
that,
It's a
they ask
system. It's
that
a
specifically
system.
to categorize you. It's secret systems that, like in every type of business, questions like that are if it's irrelevant for them to ask that, and they ask that, they're doing something with the data. It costs money for everything that they put on their site, their surveys, their whatever it is. Extra ink, rather whatever. It just costs. Why put it if it's not going to be used for something? They're using it for something. I just always put I prefer not to answer because I feel like if I prefer not to answer. I just prefer not to answer. You
I
don't need
mean, what does it matter?
it do, but that's it do matter. Like you said, you put Chinese, they
Yeah,
gonna call you
statistically it does
faster.
matter.
Yeah, it
Statistically it
does
does matter. They
matter.
gotta
Like
make sure they got enough of this up in there. This, and this. It all gotta balance out. I understand.
hmm
But true story, I put Asian on there, and they called back real quick. And my name sounds Hispanic, so they think I'm Hispanic. But then when I
yeah,
get in there with
Tatiana
that
too. That's
melanin,
why I put prefer not to answer because Tatiana can be German. It can be a lot of different things. So
yeah,
but
you
then
going
again,
there with
you
that
really don't want
melanin
to put white and
skin.
stuff. You like if you don't want to really put white on things when you're black because one time I don't know how it happened, but one time I was pulled over. It was me and Zori in the car, and I gave the man my driver's license, and he came back and thought that I was impersonating a white woman, and I was like, I don't even know what to say. Like I have
That's
to
how.
say, I,
Ty,
I promise. He said
Ty,
that in
between
his
me and
system
you
it
now,
came
what
back
was you
as a
doing?
white
Because
woman, and I just looked at him like, nah, I'm
what
black
was
as
you doing?
black.
Because if you was acting, Ty, you got your blonde moments. Bitch, he probably did think you was a white woman. I would have got offended too.
I'm
Were
not
you
gonna play
aware?
with
I
you on
surely
this
was
live
not.
today.
Like on Beavis and Butthead. Man, were you aware you were going this fast? But you had to be going the same speed to catch up with me. Oh man. Man. So that kind of blew me away, when I did see him online, on a serious note. He was
hmm
getting his fourth dosage, but he was, urging them to, of course, pass the bill so that we can get the money for the funding. But he was sitting there getting his fourth dose.
Oh,
So,
it's the money out there. They need to come on and get the money back to the people and quit sending money. They trying to put money back, prepare for war. And I understand, but that ain't none of our business. They ain't got nothing to do with us. We got our own issues right here.
Period. 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 Period.
Our
Period.
own issues. Well,
So listen, I had a friend, and I didn't get a chance to check it out, but 91 years old and
mm.
delivered a baby.
Let me see. Let me see what I can find on it because you told me about it, but I didn't to look it up.
OMG. 91 years old and delivered a baby. What's the pros and cons to that? That's something.
First off, she gonna be 100 years old when her baby is 9.
Ty,
That's the first.
Ty.
That's the first. How she gonna keep up?
Where was she
Or I
from?
want to know how she got pregnant at 90 years old. Was it
Ty, if
natural?
her box still works, she could still get
That's what I'm
pregnant.
saying. Was it natural? In vitro. They got all this new stuff. I mean, boys are getting pregnant now.
Ty,
I'm just answer the question, please.
Ty, when you 91, don't you want to still be knocking the boots? That'll piss me off, honestly. If
And
I'm
in
91 years
91, I
old and they
just
come
know
tell me something like that, I'll be upset.
don't ask me nothing like that on live, okay?
Hey, I just told you I would be upset. I
Okay,
would
so
be
hold on.
definitely upset.
I put in the Google 91-year-old woman pregnant, and it doesn't look like she had a baby. It just looked like a 91-year-old woman was told she has been carrying a fetus in her womb for 60 years. For over 60 years. Yeah.
What?
It was a calcified fetus in her uterus. I wonder if that's the same thing as a having like a baby in your tubes. I'll have to research and see. For 60 years. And if that is the same thing as having a baby in the tubes, I know other older women who were like 50 plus and that happened to them.
Right, but what they talking about over 60 years, you'll have to get that term, and it's
Well, maybe she was
impossible.
able to take the pain and stuff. It looks like it happened in Chile. Hold on, let me see. Estela Melendez.
So listen, so spring is already here.
Yes, it
Hot,
is.
hot, hot. I know y'all been hot. It's been hot as hell outside.
Okay. So she had an x-ray. She suffered a fall and had an x-ray, and the doctor spotted something in her x-ray, and that's caused concerns. But the type of it's a calcified fetus. The fetus is calcified and it poses no health threat. I have to do some more research, but yeah, that happened. So really, she wasn't 90 having a baby. That happened. She had been having that baby in her since she had been like 30 something.
Listen, my grandma always told me if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't even say it out. What? What?
Oh my. Mm.
Shit, I'm pissed off for her. Now, what's going on? Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow,
Mm.
wow, wow.
Oh dang. What else?
So, another thing that I did want to talk to you about that they also took down, but I'm very proud of the internet because it's too much stuff going on there on the internet anyway, and they need to ban stuff when it comes up like that. But it was two children, I'm not sure, and they were
Mm.
playing with a gun, and one of the guns went off. And I guess the baby fell, and as he was falling, the gun fell. Don't get me to lying. When the gun fell, it went off on the other child.
Mm-hmm. And then
So
she picked it up, and I think she shot herself twice.
Okay, and where did this happen?
So this, don't quote me anyone, because I got this information from a third party who supposedly watched the video, read something, blah blah blah. But supposedly there was some type of birthday party. I'm assuming an adult birthday party, because the kids were supposedly in a room by themselves and the gun was in
Hmm.
the room. And
Okay,
oh no, my lamp went out. Ain't there something? Hold on. And so
I'm still here. I just gotta
and so
I'm still
when
here.
the gun went off, it shot the little boy, and she supposedly picked it up again and it shot her, is what I was given.
Okay.
Let me work on my light, y'all. We only got a couple of more minutes. This is the last little low. 1 second.
So I can't get because I can't remember exactly what happened, but I did have a friend who had told me that, and I was like, oh my god. And I didn't really know what happened. And so
Mm-hmm.
I mean that was kind of disturbing. That was very disturbing because what happened to gun violence? What happened? I mean, the gun
Gun
violence and
control, yeah. But the
protecting
problem
guns
is that if there is
when
no
it
gun
comes to
control.
in the household. You know, I mean, could you imagine? You wake up and your baby holding your gun, and any move could hurt them. And
Right.
that's what happened. I mean, I, I I had just heard about it. It was really disgusting. But they took that off of Facebook too, after
Yeah.
half of the world seen it.
Yeah.
So that was kind of crazy. I mean, I don't know.
Mm-mm. I just say that they have loosened up gun control laws a lot, but
Most
people need
definitely,
to quit being so free willy with them, and put the guns
most
away,
definitely.
especially when you got kids, and quit having the guns around the kids and showing them that you have guns, unless you're going to take the proper time to teach them guns and gun safety.
I don't
Because
even agree with that because it's no proper
it's
time.
the
We're
inevitable. They're going to
telling
be
them we
around
saw
guns
guns.
regardless. It's free carry. They're going to be around guns regardless. You better teach them how to deal with guns.
Well, okay, and this is where the controversy come in. Come on, top, because okay, well, I don't have children. Tatiana has children. To me, when we were growing up, it was guns around us, and we knew not to touch it. It wasn't no if and no buts
No
about it.
buts
You ain't
about
got
it,
no
right?
business to be around there,
And when you did, you got the brakes beat off you. Because I did have
right?
a
So
sibling that tried my dad, and he got the brakes beat off him. But we did know not to touch. We knew how dangerous they were. Forget
right.
mama and daddy saying don't touch them. We knew how dangerous they were and what they could actually do,
This is
and
where the
we were
problem come
scared
in
of
is
that.
because they make it seem like it's cool, and not only that,
Basic.
somebody around them, whether it's parent, cousin, uncle, somebody got them laid out like it's cool.
It's, yeah,
And
like it's
it is not a
candy.
toy. But also, we can't just go back to that because if you sit down, let them play in the virtual world is addictive. And most little boys, like I said, I don't have children, but most little boys when they're playing, that's the first thing. Play shooting. That's that. So I mean, but they were playing with guns, and that's oh man, that's scary.
It is. It's very scary.
It's very scary, very scary. And I think both of them hurt themselves, and both of them
I believe
they
they
passed
both
away.
passed away. I believe I didn't get to see the video because I don't be on social media like that. Most of the time I have, like you said, Zari coming and bringing me information, or KK
Right,
bringing me
my niece.
information, sending me stuff. Yeah, people that are on the internet all the time. So yeah,
It's very
but
sad.
prayers for those families too.
Most definitely.
Prayers for those families too. The young, I mean, city, that goes right back to last week episode. City cries. Somebody
Yeah.
mama's crying. Like, shout out to Cartel to Don, because there's people and kids everywhere. Just stuff is happening.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is. It really is because I'm sorry I had I'm sorry about that. It really is because where I am right now off of Westheimer, I had when I got over here on
Mm-hmm.
back on this side of town, they had told me that it was an accident down the street and a baby flew out of the
The car.
windshield.
Wow. And
Yeah.
last week, a couple, a biracial couple, got hit by a drunk driver leaving. Was it Camp
And they
Houston?
were still holding
And they
hands.
were
Yeah,
still
but
that.
they
Somebody even
said that
told me
might
that
have
the
been
man was
intentional.
holding the lady's hand, and the lady body wasn't even connected anymore. Like her arm was severed. That's scary. And they supposedly both didn't make it.
Yeah, it's a scary world out here, but you definitely got to get, I don't know, got to get your life right. Only thing that I ask, which I tell my parents all the time, I don't want them to have to bury me. I
I
will,
want to bury them.
yeah,
Right.
most definitely, because there's so much going on out here. It's just too much. But shit, the world mad, world crime combos mad. We need some money. That's why people out here tripping. That's why people tripping. I'm serious. People tripping because it's no funding. And I had already said that we are going to be burning whatever we feel. We're going to be burning our resources for necessities. We're going to be burning them. I mean, water, air. We're going to be, people think that all this, materialistic. So look at the gas prices. That's just the beginning. Look at the
Hmm.
gas prices. We're going to be burning all the money. Money will be useless. These dollars will be useless. People are going to be burning that for essential heat eventually. I
Yeah.
mean, hopefully, I don't know. I don't know. I just stay prayed up. Lord, take me now. Cause it
Hmm.
ain't nothing going on. It ain't nothing going on. But
Hmm.
it's crazy. It's crazy. Make sure y'all go to COVID.gov like Biden said. I'm not vaccinated. I'm not vaccinated. I'm 33 years old. I'm not vaccinated. I have my reasons why I am not vaccinated. Ty, are you vaccinated?
I am not vaccinated. I have my reasons why I am
Why
not
aren't you
vaccinated.
vaccinated?
Yeah. Huh?
Why aren't you vaccinated?
Because vaccinations typically take at least 7 years to get approval and go through studies. That's minimal. They threw that together. I'm nobody's monkey. I'm nobody's lab rat. I haven't had a situation with my theory and how I've handled the situation over the last 3 years, because I got children too. And we have had really bad colds. We have had scares, and they do go to school and they do be around people. But I just used the knowledge that I already had to deal with the things, and I've not been in a situation, and that's a blessing. And I'm not against nobody who got COVID. I'm not against nobody who lost somebody to COVID. Whatever your decision is your decision. But I just don't think that it was thorough. The whole situation just didn't make sense to me, and you got to make it make sense to me to get me to move. So you
Do
know,
you
I
hear me?
I dealt with colds and coughs and things like that, allergies and things like that, as I normally would. We kept vitamins. My mama would send us some vitamins, call us and get on our nerves and bug us about making sure we got vitamins. That on holidays she want to see us, and she gonna leave, send us home with vitamins, and making sure that you're doing your orange juices and washing your hands. And when you do go into public places with a lot of people, wear your mask and be sanitary. But they told us years ago that there would be a time that we would have to walk around and wear masks. They told it a long time ago. Nobody really paid attention then.
No, nobody didn't pay attention. Nobody didn't pay attention. To me, if it can be thought of, it has been done.
Hmm.
I mean, as far as with these movies,
Yeah, that's what I
um,
said. If it has been published, the thought did not come from anywhere. So
no, it did not. Just like I Am Legend,
from
I
nowhere.
already
Yeah.
got my German Shepherd. We ready. We ready. Shit. We gonna be like I Am Legend. We
Tell the
searching for a
Chico sit
cure. But
down.
I got my German Shepherd, or it'll be like the Purge,
Yeah.
because we're overpopulated, and it's a number
And
system.
that's the
It's
problem,
calculated.
though.
We're
That's the reason
overpopulated.
for COVID. That's the reason for COVID. That's the reason
Most
for
definitely.
a lot of
They
the stuff
make
that's
money.
going
They
on.
make
Mhm.
money off of COVID. And the reason why, and I'm gonna just say why I don't, well, I have not got vaccinated. I've had, family members that have passed away, friends who have passed away from COVID. So it is a very touchy subject. But when it comes to the vaccination, and believe me, my parents, they do get upset. But because I'm like, I'm not going to get that. I don't care. They gonna offer out the money, and people need to pay attention to that. It's nothing in this world free. So if they're
Hmm.
going to offer you something, that should be a catchy thing. But not only that, when you open up the green sheet or whatever worldwide clinical trial study, they got studies right now for the COVID vaccine right now, the same vaccine, because they do not know the after or the prolonged effects, which they have said it themselves, CDC. Why I will not go and get it? Because healthcare has never been free to me. After I turned 25 and from up under my daddy's care, if you don't have a good job, you do not have insurance.
Mhm.
So you want me to go get a vaccination, and I don't even get flu shots. Last time I got the flu shot, I caught the flu, and it was I
Right.
thought
And
it
that
was
was years
deadly.
ago. That was my
Yeah,
last
yeah.
time.
So I mean,
I
that's just the
think that
reason
they
why
put
I
out a
won't
lot
get
of
it.
sicknesses, just like we were having that conversation. They were making
Then be
people take
quick to
that
write off everything as
HPV
COVID.
shot when we were like in high school and college, and then now a lot of women have different uterus
Yeah,
problems,
yeah,
like
yeah.
different type of
I
cysts
remember that.
or
Yeah.
different type of fibroids is what I'm trying to say. And I just think it all correlates when they do stuff like that and they mandate. It's a population control, because a lot of women want to have children, they don't have children. A lot of women have long spans of time in between their children. A lot of women have children back to back, but a lot of women who are not conceiving have some type of fibroid on their uterus.
Right. Johnson and Johnson, we need our money too.
Yeah.
Because and I'm with you on that too. Because I'm 33. My grandparents used Johnson and Johnson, and they talking about, have you or a family member? See, that's that shit that I'm talking about. See, wait
Hmm.
about a couple of years from now, you're gonna be sitting there
And it's
minding
gonna
your
be a
business
COVID
at 12 o'clock.
commercial,
You know what
right?
I'm saying? Laid up with your babe, and it's gonna say, have you or a family member had took the fights for the COVID shot? You may be entitled to compensation. Yeah, yeah, believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it. Because they don't
Yeah.
know what's going on. They do not know what's going on. No, it
Mm.
because and then they don't even say, well, let me give you a test first to before I put this vaccine in you. Because first off, is people were already, like my parents have already have underlying conditions, and
Right.
you still went and put the vaccine in them. And then they go to the low income, they really reach out to the low income. That's what bothers me, and
Hmm.
that's why I say we have to educate ourselves, because everything that look good is not good. And just because Poppy Stickers said it was good, and over here Johnny Ray got it done, don't mean that it's good for you. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? People need to
Right.
educate themselves, because I don't know. I haven't taken it yet, and this will be what, year 3 we've been dealing with this COVID stuff. But yeah, you just watch, and I pray that I'm here to see it. But Lord knows, if I fall out right now, oh, she passed from COVID. They don't even take the time to even figure out how a person passed.
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah.
COVID,
That's what I was gonna
COVID.
say. Yeah. Most people who died within the last 2 years, if it was any type of if it wasn't a car accident, a gunshot wound, or something like that, if you were in the hospital sick dealing with any type of
If it
symptoms related
wasn't
to
foul
COVID,
play.
COVID 9 times out of 10 was listed on the death certificate, and they got bread for that.
Most definitely. The hospitals do. The hospitals get funding, and the mortuaries get funding, because
Right.
it's a special way that you're supposed to dispose of the bodies
Right.
and things like that. So, and peep this. At first, when COVID first came out, see, you know what? People got to pay attention. When COVID first came out, you were
Hmm.
not even allowed to go to the funerals. The funerals are really, really small, and it can only be family, because that person had COVID.
Yeah, they were rotating 10 people in and out at a time. Yeah, I
Right.
went to a few.
Now
Yeah.
it's just an open funeral.
Right.
And then they
But
said that, oh, you need to wear your mask. Wear your mask. Now you don't have to wear
very
masks.
nice. Right.
Matter of fact, they're jumping on TV telling them not to wear masks.
Right. But look, y'all, we are at our time. We are
We
going to
are.
wrap it up, and we're gonna see y'all next Wednesday. So this is gonna be how
Yes.
we're gonna
Yes.
roll, and we
Make
appreciate
sure
y'all
you go
tuning
and
in.
follow us on
Yes, and
Instagram,
follow Real Talk
Facebook.
100 Radio as well.
All right. Real Talk Radio 100 is Tisha.
And this is Ty.
And we're Crown Konvoz, and we'll see you next
Bye,
Wednesday.
y'all.
Y'all have a good night.